Every time you talk to your dog in that silly voice, something strange happens inside their brain. That tilted head isn't confusion. It's not even cute by accident. It's a sophisticated biological reaction to specific sound frequencies, and scientists just isolated the exact vowel shifts and pitch changes that trigger it every single time. Researchers used high-precision audio isolation to find the exact words that spark it. Certain short, sharp, high-pitched sounds cause an involuntary muscle twitch in a dog's neck before the head even starts moving. It's not a choice. It's closer to a reflex, triggered by frequency alone, milliseconds before your dog consciously reacts to anything you actually said. In slow-motion footage, that twitch is visible almost a full half-second before the rest of the tilt even begins. That reflex isn't random, it's evolutionary. High-pitched sounds historically meant one thing in the wild: small prey moving through grass. A dog's ancestors survived by snapping their full attention toward exactly those frequencies. Today, that same ancient wiring fires when you say walk or treat in an excited voice. The prey signal now just means dinner or a walk. There's actually a specific tipping point researchers call the acoustic threshold. Below it, your dog just listens, ears steady, completely passive. Cross it, with enough pitch, enough sharpness, enough emotional charge in your voice, and your dog shifts into active engagement mode. The head tilt is the visible marker of that switch flipping. And that threshold isn't fixed either. It shifts slightly with age, breed, and even how much a particular dog has been talked to. Here's the mechanical reason the tilt actually helps. Dogs' ears sit higher and are more mobile than ours, and shifting the head changes the angle each ear receives sound at. That tiny adjustment lets a dog triangulate exactly where a sound is coming from, both side to side and up and down, far more precisely than keeping the head level ever could. Think of it like squinting. When your eyes struggle to focus, you narrow them to sharpen the image. A head tilt does something similar for a dog's ears. A mechanical adjustment that sharpens what researchers call auditory resolution, helping an uncertain sound snap into clearer focus inside the brain. It's an entirely automatic fine-tuning process, no different than how your own eyes adjust without you consciously deciding to. So, the tilt starts as a physical fix for an unclear sound. But it turns out specific patterns in human speech are far more likely to trigger it than others. Which means the real question isn't just how the tilt works. It's exactly which sounds in your voice are confusing enough to cause it in the first place. The biggest trigger is elongated vowels paired with a rising pitch, the exact pattern of "who's a good boy." Stretching a vowel out and letting the pitch climb creates what researchers describe as acoustic blur, a sound that smears together instead of landing as one clean, recognizable word, and a dog's brain wants to straighten that blur out. Compare the sound wave of a flat, single-syllable command, like sit, to the sound wave of melodic baby talk. The command is short, steady, almost a straight line. Baby talk climbs, dips, and stretches unpredictably. That erratic melodic shape is precisely what produces the most consistent, maximum head tilting in study after study. Researchers have run this comparison across dozens of dogs, and the pattern barely changes from one dog to the next. Try it right now if your dog is nearby. Say their name in a completely flat, low tone, then say it again, stretched out in your highest, silliest voice. Comment which one got the tilt, because the pattern is almost never random. There's a name for what's happening in that moment: mismatch theory. Your dog's brain recognizes the word itself. It knows what walk sounds like. But the weird inflection layered on top doesn't match the version stored in memory. That contradiction is what forces a re-verification, and the tilt is the physical sign of that double-check happening in real time. Here's the reframe that changes everything. The tilt isn't confusion at all. It's a sign of unusually high social intelligence. Your dog isn't lost. It's actively trying to map your emotional tone onto specific sounds, working to connect exactly how you said something to what you probably meant by it. That's a genuinely complex cognitive task, and most dogs run it dozens of times a day without you ever noticing the effort behind it. Recent canine fMRI research from 2026 backs this up directly. Scans show a measurable spike in temporal lobe activity, the brain region tied to processing sound and language, specifically in the exact moment a dog's head tilts. That's not the signature of a blank, confused mind. That's the signature of active processing. There's a second mechanical benefit too. Tilting the head physically moves a dog's ears out from behind their own muzzle, opening up an unobstructed sightline straight to your mouth and face. Your dog isn't just listening harder in that moment, it's watching your lips and expression more clearly at the exact same time. Dogs that spend more time closely watching human faces tend to tilt more often overall, which suggests the two behaviors are deeply linked. So, what do you actually do with all of this? If you want your dog genuinely locked onto you, a slightly higher, warmer pitch reliably pulls focus without going so exaggerated that it overloads them into just standing there tilting instead of responding. There's a real sweet spot between a flat monotone and full baby talk. So, let's finally retire the idea that the head tilt just means confused. What you're actually watching is a small visible moment of cross-species communication working exactly as it should. Two different brains, running on two different systems, actively trying to synchronize with each other in real time. Every single tilt is proof that the attempt is actually working, even when neither side fully speaks the other's language. Every tilt is a tiny window into how your dog processes your voice, and paying attention to which sounds trigger it can tell you something real about their own individual sensitivity and focus. Subscribe for more science-backed breakdowns of the behavior you see every single day, and comment the exact phrase that gets your dog tilting every time.